What's up guys, Invader1 here again with another Platinum Speedrun tutorial guide, this time on Firebase London. And yes, I'm pretty sure you are thinking, are you crazy? London on Platinum? Must be insane. How is that even possible? Well, I guess we're going to blow your minds away guys. We go ahead and take London apart and we do a speed run on it, and we actually broke a record. Now the thing about this strategy guys is that we're working on creating a different one because this one is a little finicky. So I'm gonna talk through some of the issues that we had, some of the mistakes that some of us made. I made a few mistakes myself, and you know how you can avoid it and at the same time maybe make a better time and even beat our time. So we're going to call this strategy 1, and we'll work on possibly getting another London video out and doing a second strategy. But so far we broke a record. We wanted to show you guys, talk through the strategy, and hopefully you guys will get something out of it. So for this video, I'm actually coming with my American boy Drell, and what you definitely want, all your armor compartments. You want armor compartments 5, so you could at least have 5 missiles. In total, you want to be maxed out with your missile. With your missiles on your manifest to make sure that you can carry the maximum amount of missiles. So far we did get an upgrade, so now we can carry 6 instead of 5, so that's a good thing. That definitely helps out, especially with the cleanup waves. But you do not want to rock it on waves that are not yours. Okay, so let's go through it guys. I also didn't take my missile off my back, by the way. I totally forgot to do it. And when it comes to speed runs, we're just thinking about getting into our places and just getting there. Now I'm gonna be on 4th position, and I like to do the last position first, just so you guys can see what the first position is doing, and so you could get a sense and idea. Now in this 4th position, you have to stand here. You're gonna be focusing on that little corner, making sure that they do not spawn there, because that is a spawn point. And you can see with the recon mine, this is why it's good to have a Drell, the Drell infiltrators, because you have at least one Drell just to spot a recon mine right at the corner that you're going to be nuking. So now here we go. We had a little bit of a cleanup to do, but we were fine. Now sometimes when it comes to the strategy, sometimes you'll get some stragglers on some of the other positions, like for example the position at the LZ. I will talk about that, and you will see how that position can be a little finicky. Sometimes you make it one spawn there like a phantom or something. You have to pay attention to that, and I will tell you how to avoid it as well. We did do a few other runs after this that were a little longer, just a few seconds longer, but since this one broke the record, we decided to post this one up. And it's not perfect, but again, these are the positions. So now, you have to make sure that you're on your positions ways 1, 2, and 3, and then when you see what the objective is, then you can come back out here, go to the objective, whatever it may be, and get working on it. If you get an objective like devices, what you want to do is you want to stay in your positions, and whoever's closest to the specific device, that person does it, and then the device will be closer to the other one, and that person doesn't. But you definitely want to be spread out. And the objective ways, you really don't want to kill anything unless it's like a smaller enemy, like a phantom or something like that. And here, I actually wasn't that aggressive. I did my best to not kill. The last few speedruns, I actually killed a few phantoms here and there. But what you want to do is you really just want to go right ahead and just like the bigger enemy bosses, like the brutes and atlases. You just want to bring down their armor, to like 2 or 3 bars. That's about it. But you don't want to kill them because the person in the first position has to have a cleanup missile to clean that up. What you want to do now is make sure that you wait till you see the credits. Once you see the credits, then you can start destroying everything, and the person from the first wave, in the first position who was nuking, then that person could go right ahead, use a cleanup missile for an Atlas, and whatever cluster of enemies is there, and while the entire team is cleaning up the rest. That is very important. You definitely want one cleanup missile after every objective wave. Now, this is the next position. Now I made a mistake here. You notice that I fell down. I wasn't supposed to fall down. Now we got to our positions a little late because of that. There were some enemies that spawned kind of like behind us by the LZ. So we had a little bit of a split spawn. Our our position one guy, I think it was Vector here, from what I can tell, was able to get his missiles out, but then there were a few that spawned behind him, so we had to kind of take care of it. So even if something like this happens, again, that's what I'm telling you. This tactic is a little finicky, so make sure that you understand that this may happen. You may have some enemies that will spawn outside of the spawn point. It might be a little imperfect. So make sure that you pay attention to that, and that is okay. You just got to be ready for it and make sure that you can handle it. Now I'm back here in this position, and look how clean it came out this time. We actually did it right. There were no enemy spawned behind us or anything like that. And Vector was actually able to nuke every spawn point in that corner, and it was perfect. Wave completed, no issues. Now I made a mistake here. I wasn't supposed to come to the next position. I was supposed to stay there. I was supposed to stay there for the wave. Now, because of that, you look what happened. We have a spawn point there, but this actually worked out to our benefit this time around. I was supposed to stay here to make sure to force the spawn in the same area that we've been forcing them to in the beginning. This helped us out because we had an escort, and the escort went all the way around, and the spawn point was right there. So it did work out to our advantage. But you do not want to make that mistake. You want to make sure that that you keep on forcing them to spawn over there. Now, I will say this though: on the objective waves, it is not perfect. Sometimes the enemies will spawn, regardless of what you do, regardless of what positions you take. They will spawn erratically sometimes. They might not just spawn there. It all depends on the objective. So in this situation, it actually worked out in our favor, but you want to make sure that in wave 6, whoever's in that position, you stay there. Once the objective is done, whoever was nuking on the first position has to use a cleanup missile to go right ahead and shoot at least an Atlas. Again, this is why I tell you guys, this is not about score. When you guys are ever doing speed runs, please, you have to make sure that this is truly a team game. When you're doing a speed run, this is totally a team game. You have to communicate, you have to talk. This is total communication. You really can't do this with pugs. This is something that you do with friends, to get credits and to have fun and beat record times. So it is fun to do it as well. Just make sure you realize that, and you have to use your consumables appropriately. Now, again, look at this. I made a mistake here. I got here late, and because I got here late, that spawn point came up. That was one of the spawn points. So the good thing is that I was here and nothing more than that spawned here. So at least the first rocketer was able to continue doing his thing while I'm here weakening these enemies, just requesting for help. I'm just keeping them busy, making sure I try to kill them as quickly as possible, and then the rest of the team is coming in to help me out and help me clean up all these last little bit of enemies that we have, so these stragglers. And now you'll notice that now on the next on the next wave, I actually come out on time. I get it, I'm here on time. So what you want to do is you want to stand right there where I was, but facing towards the office. I just wanted to make sure I say that because I'm only there for one wave. Now for wave 8, my position, you want to make sure this is where you're going to be nuking. That little edge, that little corner of the wall. That's where it's at, guys. I know you guys are thinking, whoa, where are they shooting at? Well, we're shooting right at the wall, but at the edge, making sure that we're using the area of effect damage for the missile, and we're able to, nuke the enemy. Okay, so wave 7, I was only there for one moment, one wave. That was wave 7 is what we call the trash wave, where you get a lot of little enemies here and there. Now you notice that although I killed all my spawns, we still had a small spawn on the back end. This is why I'm telling you guys that we're still working on this. We're still working on this strategy. It's not perfect. It does work, but sometimes you get it'll be a little erratic. Now this next wave actually worked out. Wave 9, it actually worked out. Nothing spawned anywhere else. I believe everybody was facing the right position. We got there on time. It's all about getting to the beginning, getting to your place at the beginning of wave on time. So you have to pay attention to that. But look at that. This was clean. Nothing else went wrong. We were actually able to do it. I still have my cleanup missiles, and we're ready to go. Now the next objective. In this situation, we got an escort, and this is why playing as as a speedrun team actually works out, because the objectives may be close to you. The objective was literally right here. I was able to get it started, get the clock going, and do something about it. When it comes to the objectives, guys, you do not want to use your missiles. You want to make sure that you just complete it as a team. Use your weapons, use your thermal clip packs. And for those of you guys who do not know, because I've gotten comments on this before, when you use a thermal clip pack, when you're shooting your weapon, it gives you a weapon damage bonus. I mean, a huge weapon damage bonus. I don't have the actual stats, but the reason I say that is because I got comments on some of the previous. Look at all those drills. I got comments on the previous speedruns that like, man, how are you guys like destroying those atlases so fast? Like, how is that? Well, thermal clip packs. And by the way, you saw this? I was the rocketer, so I'm using my cleanup missiles to clean up the. And here I made a mistake. You notice that I was supposed to at least clean up one atlas, but I shot it right in the center because I got staggered. So this would happen, guys. You gotta expect this, but you're a team. Look at the rest of the team is helping out. We're working it out, and we're still able to do it. And I think due to the fact that this was a little hairy for us. We made a few mistakes here and there. Probably could have been a little faster. And was a little hesitant to put this up, but this is going to be strategy one. We're going to work on another strategy and make sure that we get you guys something even cleaner. But so far, this works. Now, the extraction wave, you're going to want to be up here, your entire team. Make sure that you're on the top of the bridge, just shooting anything you can, anything you want. You can do whatever. You can shoot everything and anything and just have fun with it. So yeah, guys, this is the platinum speedrun on London. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Also, by the way, I know you guys have been waiting for a talent video. I had actually tested the talent. I know how to use the talent now very well. I did have a video for it, but since we do have a buff that's gonna happen tomorrow or today, I guess by the time this video processes, I figured I would do another one with that. And I did play a few pug games with him and surprised a lot of people with how good he was with his trip mines. But anyways, guys, when it comes to these speedruns, the reason I want you guys to try these speedruns instead of cheating is because cheating is not necessary to be able to do fast games and still get a lot of credits on platinum. So, and you could play the game just as is, which I do. I play the game a lot. I don't really do a lot of speedrun, guys. I mean, I'm doing the speedrun tutorials, but I don't do a lot of speedrun. I mostly play the game just as is. And it takes me about 20 minutes, normally 16 to 22 minutes or whatever, to play a regular game, which is fine. But the speed runs, if you really want to get credits and you really want to play fair and right, because I prefer not to cheat. I never cheated on this game, and I think that you guys, instead of missile glitching or doing anything like that, play as a team, have fun, get some friends together, and this is definitely not for pugs. This is definitely for friends, and do something like this. Alright, guys, so this was it. And 20 seconds, by the way, for extraction. When you're in the bridge, when you get to 20 seconds, that's when you get out. You head over to the LZ. And you don't want to go earlier than that because the LZ, it's quite open. And they will rape you there. So you want to make sure you don't do that. Alright, guys, Invader1 out. I will see you guys in the next video. And I'm glad to be back. And I'm enjoying all your comments. And keep them up. Keep commenting, rating, and subscribing. And I appreciate all your support. Invader1 out.